I hadn't intended to stop by that day. Whether it was coincidence or something more, I couldn't say, but something made me pull over that afternoon. What I heard as my wife stepped out of the bathroom, wearing only a towel, left me frozen. In a heartbeat, my entire life shifted course. I didn't plan to shout or beg. My response would be deliberate, methodical, and she would never see it coming. That morning had started like any other. I'd left the office earlier than usual, my head buzzing with the details of a high-stakes merger I was managing. On the way to the gym, I passed our townhouse and noticed Isabel's car in the driveway. Strange. She'd told me she'd be stuck at a late meeting. A flicker of unease crawled over me, but I brushed it off. Still, something inside insisted I stop. I slid my key into the lock and pushed the door open, as quietly as I could. The house was silent, except for faint running water upstairs. Then I heard a man's voice. That was incredible. Can't believe you're actually pulling this off. I stopped breathing. A moment later came her reply, laced with a self-satisfied laugh. Oh, Adrian has no clue. He thinks I'm working late. We've got all the time we want. Then a kiss. My hand clenched around the banister until my knuckles whitened. My pulse thundered in my ears. I could have stormed upstairs and ended it right then, but I didn't. I stepped back into the shadows, forcing my breath to steady. This wouldn't end with raised voices. It would end with her world crumbling around her. I turned, walked out, and got into my car. No heartbreak. No rage. Just cold precision. My marriage was over, but I refused to disappear like some pitiful, discarded man. She had underestimated me. That would be her final mistake. I called my best friend Luca a tech savant. My wife's cheating, I said flatly. I need proof. All of it. Within 48 hours, he delivered. Every text, every call log, every hotel reservation. He even dug up security footage from our own home. It was airtight. A simple divorce? Far too gentle. I would dismantle her life, one piece at a time. Step 1. Psychological warfare. For several days, I played the role of the perfect husband. Smiles, casual touches, even breakfast in bed. She suspected nothing. Then I set the trap, a luxurious weekend at a villa we'd always dreamed of visiting. She lit up, wrapping her arms around me like I just handed her the world. Anything for you, I told her. And I meant it, but not the way she thought. The morning of our trip, I told her I had a little work to wrap up and would meet her there. She drove off, blissfully unaware. As soon as she was gone, I moved. I called my lawyer and finalized the divorce paperwork. I froze our joint accounts, cutting her off from every dollar. Then I sent copies of her messages, hotel receipts, and still shots from the security footage to her family, her friends, and her colleagues. The image she'd built for years shattered instantly. Meanwhile, at the villa, she walked in to find champagne chilling beside an elegant folder. Inside, her incriminating texts, photos, and the divorce papers. On top, a short handwritten note. I stopped by and overheard something I'll never forget. You never saw this coming. Consider this my parting gift. I didn't bother driving out to see her reaction. I didn't call. I simply powered off my phone and left her to sit in the moment. She stared at the evidence. Messages, photos, receipts, laid bare like an autopsy of our marriage. She still didn't understand the full scope. While she sat frozen, I was already moving into the final stage. The truth wouldn't stay between us. I'd make sure of that. I sent the evidence to her boss, a senior figure in the finance world, ensuring her career would collapse alongside her marriage. I sent it to her parents, the ones convinced their daughter could do no wrong. I sent it to her closest friends, the ones who used to say, "You're lucky to have Isabel." By nightfall, my phone was blowing up with calls. I ignored them. Her life was unraveling, and I was just getting started. Hours later, I turned my phone back on. First message, "Eden, please, we need to talk." Then, "I don't know what's happening. My cards aren't working. Did you do something? Why is my mom calling me in tears?" Finally, Eden, what have you done? I smirked and sent one short reply. You'll find out soon enough. Then I blocked her. When she finally came home, probably thinking she could smooth things over, she was met with a scene that drained the color from her face. Her suitcases were lined up on the lawn. A moving truck idled beside them. Her parents stood at the curb, staring at her with disappointment. Panic flashed across her face as she rushed to them. What's going on? She asked. Her mother's voice trembled. We saw everything, Isabel. Her father's expression was pure disgust. No, daughter of mine. You had a good husband, a good home, a life most people dream about, and you threw it away. For what? An affair. He waved her off. Worthless. Dad, please, she began. But he cut her short. Eden sent us everything. Do you know how ashamed we are? She turned to me then, tears mixing with fury. You did this. I crossed my arms, leaning casually against my car. No, Isabel. You did this. I just made sure you paid for it. Her eyes flicked toward the house. You can't kick me out. This is my home too. Not anymore, I said evenly. Confusion slid into dread. What? I transferred the house into my name weeks ago, I told her. Just like you didn't notice when I emptied our joint accounts. Her hands flew to her mouth. You can't do this to me. I shrugged. Already did. Her job was gone. Her boss wanted nothing to do with the scandal. Her friends? They had always been mine. And the man she'd given it all up for disappeared the moment she lost her comfort, security, and status. 3 days later, she sent me one last message. Eden, I have nowhere to go. I made a mistake. I miss you. We can fix this. I never replied. By then, she finally understood. She'd always believed I'd forgive her, that I'd be there, no matter what. But now she had nothing, and I was free. 2 weeks later, I sat in my new office, promotion secured, a new city waiting, my life completely untangled from hers. Then I saw a photo online. Isabel, sitting alone in a dingy cafe, looking exhausted and hollow. The caption read, "Some mistakes can never be undone." Damn right, I muttered, leaning back in my chair with a satisfied smirk. Revenge had been served ice cold, and Isabel was left frozen. Because cheating isn't only about betraying love. It's about betraying trust, dignity, and the belief that someone will always stand by you. And when the person you wronged walks away without a backward glance, that's when you truly realize you've lost.